Hello, hello. Oh, yo, check this out. I got some kava. Oh, it smells so good. So I just got paid today and I'm so proud of myself, guys, that I wanted to share how I've been investing my money, the process that I do the day before or the week of me getting paid, and things I wish, what I'm doing now, I wish I was doing this since 18. If you're like me, you are extremely independent and you've been working multiple jobs since high school. Guys, I started out working at Abercrombie & Fitch and Hollister. I had my own car since 17. There was even a point where I literally asked my parents, can I start paying my own phone bill? Just because now that I'm an adult and I'm really adulting out here, I don't know why I did that, but this is so good, y'all. I've read all the books. I've listened to all the podcasts. I've watched all the interviews. I follow all of the who's who in real estate and credit, vending machines, e-commerce, drop shipping, YouTubers. I mean, I've been spending close to a decade just consuming so much content that recently, guys, maybe the past 4 months, I was like, okay, I'm 28. And I want you guys to ask yourself this question. Do you want to live a rich life now? Do you want to enjoy your money now? Or do you want to make a few subtle sacrifices along the way to be able to live a soft life later, to be able to retire early, to be able to get older and have that financial stability? And so these are the few things that I'm doing right now, guys, in order to make my money work for me, in order to make my money grow, to make sure that I am creating a safety net, an emergency fund, and some type of peace of mind financially in my 20s. So first things first, every time you get paid, sacrifice and put that money aside and put it in a savings account. I personally have like one of those debit accounts where it's my spending account, my reserved account, and then my savings. So I transfer that as soon as I get paid. Before I pay any bills, before I spend any money, run to the supermarket, I put aside that every single time I get paid. After month 3, I don't feel it. By the time 90 days passed, I was able to just, every time I get paid, $250, put it aside, put it aside, put it aside. The goal with that money is to just save just enough to cover your highest expense. So for me, that's one. So every time you get paid, guys, just start putting money aside for your emergency fund. And if you're trying to debate how much you should have in there, look at all of your expenses. Whatever the highest expense is, go ahead and make sure that money is sitting in an account, just sitting there. That's one. Number 2, a high yield savings account. I just finished reading the book Your Rich BFF, which I love. Also, I'm going to teach you how to get rich. I'll tag both of the books below, but I was listening to them on Audible. Love them down. The guy who wrote I'm going to teach you how to be rich, he has a Netflix series about how to get rich. Make sure you guys watch that. And then the girl, Your Rich BFF, she is like this famous finance TikToker, and that's how I found her, through TikTok. I love her as well. And they both discuss high yield savings accounts. So the reason why you're going to put your money into a high yield savings account is because the interest is going to be a lot higher than your traditional savings account. So while your money is sitting there, your money is growing. Now when I get paid, then I just add a couple dollars to the high yield savings account. So that I don't really have like a set number. Sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's 300. It's really like whatever I can afford to put away. But that money grows a lot quicker and a lot faster. So mentally, I tell myself, this is where I'm going to put 3 to 6 months worth of expenses in this account. And when I do that, when it's time for us to buy our third house, that money would have grown. Which is why I just think high yield savings accounts are just genius. So I personally went with Amex. The books, both books actually recommend SoFi, which is an online banking. They both are great. I just personally want to continue my relationship with Amex so I can get approved for the Amex Platinum. I'm trying to apply around my birthday. So wish me luck on that, y'all. Definitely felt like a big girl once I did that. Now, third thing is contributing to my Roth IRA. Now, y'all, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know nothing about stocks. I'm not good at math. The stock market intimidates me. I get anxiety thinking about stocks and what to invest in and return on investments and it going up and it going down and all of that. But after reading this book, y'all, it's like once you learn enough, you have no excuses. So we have our college fund for my son, and my husband is fully funding that. My husband also was into day trading like during COVID, but he has been aggressively investing in stocks since he graduated college. And one thing I can say from personal experience, we were a few dollars short when we bought this second house, and my husband was able to just cash out from one of his stocks. And I hope I'm saying that right. Like, we were short and my husband was like, oh, I'll just cash out from the stock. And I remember the lady being like, okay, do you have like proof of that? Can we see a receipt or whatever? He went online, he showed them how much he had sitting in the stock market. They said, sounds good, when can you take it out? He made the transfer and we had the money in, I believe, 24 hours. So I'm also noticing some of the benefits of investing in the stock market. So every single guru always explains the only way to get wealthy, the only way to get rich, the only way to have financial stability is to invest in the stock market. Like, if you guys listen to any millionaire, you watch any podcast, any YouTube video, you learn about getting wealthy and building generational wealth, they are always going to mention stocks. It's one of the, or if not, it's the fastest way for your money to grow. The only difference is it's growing over time, which is one thing I really had to learn. And all the books say the time to start investing in stocks is now. It's today. Don't wait another day, because time is not on your side. You are literally going against the clock, because the longer your money sits in an account, the more your money grows. My problem was, guys, it wasn't actually finding the money to invest. It was not knowing what to invest in. So this is what happened, y'all. I read the book, I'm going to teach you how to be rich. And I'm going to leave the books below, okay, in the description. There are stocks that you can find depending on how old you are and what age you want to retire. Swear to you guys, this was a game changer for me. So I'm more conservative. I don't want to keep up with the stock. I don't want to watch it go up and down. I don't want to pull out here, put back in, buy more. I just want to fund the account and just let my money grow. I'm more conservative as an investor. So when I realized that all I have to do is go in and look for the stock depending on my age and the age that I plan to retire, and that's it, I was like, oh, you got me. And I want to make sure I give you guys more information. Hold on. So I downloaded the app. What's the app called? Charles Schwab. Okay. That's exactly what I did, guys. So create an account with Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab. I use Charles Schwab. Then you're going to find the target date fund. That's what it's called. that matches the year you'll turn 65 and start automatically investing every single month. That's exactly what I'm doing. So if I don't do anything else, I know I have this one account, which is a target date fund in my Roth or IRA, and I fund that every month. Boom. That's all I have for you right now, okay? I'm a beginner. I'm conservative. I don't really know what I'm doing, but this makes sense for me. So right now, guys, and clock it. And make sure you guys clock it. That means that every time I get paid, I am investing my money into 3 different pots. Into my emergency fund, into my retirement fund, which is the Roth IRA, and then into my long-term investments, which is my high-yield savings account. So the emergency fund is going to save me when I have an emergency, right? The retirement account is going to save me when I'm older and I'm no longer working. And then the high yield savings account is going to help me invest more in the future. Invest in real estate, which is my thing. That's all I really want to invest in is properties. But so guys, those are the 3 things that I'm doing right now. Every time I get paid, that's where my money is going. What I like to do, and you guys probably see this in the vlogs, I literally assign where my money is going. So I look at all my credit cards and say, okay, I'm putting this much on this card, this much on this card, this much on this card. I'm putting $250 in my emergency fund. I'm putting $250 in my retirement fund. I'm putting $250 in my high yield savings account. Okay, I have this much money left. So let me put $400 aside for groceries for the month. And then I'm going to put $300 here. Like, I just always make sure that I know exactly where my money is going, because for years the goal was to just keep money in my checking account. So every time I got paid again, the goal was to still have money left over the day before I got paid again. So I just wanted to see the money just grow in my spending account. The problem was, all you're doing is just stacking your money for what? You're not investing it. It's not growing. It's not doing anything. Like, money that's not moving is dead. And that's what I learned from all the gurus. And so now the goal is not to keep money in my spending account. The goal is to place my money wherever it needs to go. So I'm either paying off debt, or I'm making my money grow in the high yield savings account, in the Roth IRA, or in the emergency fund. I don't just keep money sitting around anymore. And on top of that, just in case you're a little confused, that's also because I use my Amex card for everyday expenses. So I live off of credit. And that's why, if you guys are like listening, you're kind of confused, I live off credit. And that's because of the points. That's because of me building my credit. That's because I'm responsible. So every time I get paid, I pay my credit cards off in full. And that's really hard, but it's something that I really had to learn how to do, that discipline. Now, there will be a few cards here and there where I have a balance, of course. But again, every time I get paid, $500, $650, $700, $950. I'm always trying my best to keep that balance under the 30%. So I just wanted to share this because this is something I wish I was doing in my early 20s. I wish I was doing this at 20, 21, 22, 23. I'm 28. I'm figuring it out. But the biggest thing and the biggest takeaway from this video, guys, a lot of us know exactly what to do. And we're either not getting paid enough to be able to do it. And maybe that can be my next YouTube video. If you guys want different ways to be able to make more money, to invest, to save, to pay off debt, to think about retirement, right? To start planning for your financial future. But the biggest thing with me and my husband, being millennial parents, being a millennial married couple, we care more about what our life is going to look like and feel like and how much it's going to cost us 20 years from now than we do right now in our 20s. So right now, while we're at the peak of our careers, maybe, hopefully not, right? Maybe we're still climbing up the ladder, Lord willing. But while we're young, while we're smart, while we're fast, while we're healthy, what do we need to be doing now? That way we're not depending on our son to carry us on his back financially, to get into debt for us, to be stressed out, for us to start losing things, for people to start mismanaging us in our finances and our assets, all because we didn't plan properly. So I just think I'm just in this season right now, guys, where I'm just planning. I'm planning where my money's going. I'm planning what I'm spending my money on. I'm planning on what I need to do now in order to live a little more comfortably when I'm older, because I don't want to rely on retirement. I don't want to rely on a government check. I don't think, and this is just my personal opinion, that by the time us in our 20s, by the time we're older, I 100% do not believe that the government is going to give us a check every month. I do not believe that Social Security and all that is going to be a thing. And since this is what I believe, I need to start planning now, because it's just, child. So let me know what you guys think of this video. I hope we're on the same page. Let me know what you guys are doing, how you guys are saving, how much you're saving. Like, let's really talk about it. What's the tea? All right, but I hope you guys enjoyed this topic. If you did, comment below and let me know your thoughts, because I would love to start posting more about finances and just adulting in general, like I've been saying. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.